And we're live. Yes, that's right. We're back. When I said a few weeks ago we never would be, but we are.
Yeah, clearly your channel can't be trusted and nothing you can say can ever be trusted again because the show didn't stop forever.
No, but no, I've to be honest with listeners, I've had a bit of a health scare, and there's been some other stuff in my personal life, but I'm back. Thought we'd do an impromptu stream inspired by the Euro Football Championships which are going on. Yes, that's right. We're going to talk sport. I know, two trans women talking sport. Well, actually, this is
that's gonna get us a lot of hate already because we're trans women and we're talking about sports.
Actually, is it legal in your state for a trans woman to talk about sport?
Well,
have the Republicans managed to ban you being able to talk about sport yet?
Not yet, but also I live in Minnesota, and Minnesota doesn't have so much of this laws. It's usually like the worst states.
Yeah, all right. Sorry, I should explain. The other person, it says Sophia, Christine both are on screen. There's no photos of OZMA'S. Sorry. If we do another stream, I will try and remember to stick a
you go and see if I have an OnlyFans, and then stick bunches of inappropriate pictures on the screen.
Yeah. Well, anyway. We'll give out OZMA'S social. Well, anyone who's been listening to this channel, who has watched this channel over the last few months, will know who OZMA is. But
yeah,
we'll tell you where you can find her at the end of this stream. Anyways, we were going to talk about sport. Yes, the Euro Football Championships. So the Euro Football Championships is been going on, and of course England drew last night with Scotland. I think the Scots will be far happier with that than the English.
England been doing bad this year?
Well, they won against Croatia, and of course they lost to Croatia in the semi-finals of the World Cup back in 2018. Of course, this year the Euro Football Championships was meant to be held last year, but because of COVID, they've delayed the tournament until this year, and it's been held not usually. There's like one or two countries which host it. You know, sometimes you have two countries joint hosting, such as Poland and Ukraine and Austria and Switzerland. I think and Belgium and the Netherlands have co-hosted it in the past as well, and of course the World Cup, South Korea and Japan co-hosted the World Cup back in 2002. But this time basically the games are being played all around Europe in places such as Poland and Hungary. And the reason I bring this up is because Poland and Hungary have governments which are very hard right those countries have very hard right governments.
Yeah, they've been
and Hungary
definitely anti-LGBT.
Yeah, well, this is what I was about to bring up. Hungary have just recently passed the equivalent to what we called Section 28 back in the 1980s. The Tory Thatcher government, which was a Tory government, of course, back in the 1980s, brought in a piece of legislation called Section 28, which stopped the supposed promotion of homosexuality to school kids. And Hungary have just done the same. And I know some people say, you should be encouraging kids to having sex. It's not encouraging kids to have sex. What it's teaching them is trying to teach them tolerance and teaching them that not everybody's heterosexual, which is the truth.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah, that's kind of taught as the default. Um, and that kind of makes people feel like they're weirdos if they don't really follow in line with, cishet traditional Christian norms.
and of course there are the Russia's also hosting I think a couple of matches as well,
Oh
and
yeah.
well, we know trans people are persecuted in Russia. In Poland they brag that they have LGBT free zones. I mean, that's kind of ominous, isn't it?
Yeah, that is ominous as fuck.
Um, and I know some people will say to me, "Oh, that won't happen in Britain." Well, the, there are social conservatives sitting uh, on the Tory benches who could be encouraged to start some movement, and we've seen the rise of the hard right around the world. Obviously America's just recovering from all that bullshit. Talking of which, actually, I saw a story today. Alex Jones is yet again bragging that he helped orchestrate the Capitol riot. And I'm wondering, why aren't the FBI investigating? I mean, he's now saying that he was in touch with White House officials. Now, we know Alex Jones is full of shit, but it's like,
Yeah.
shouldn't the FBI be investigating? And the thing about this one is, Ali Alexandra, the Sammy Davis Jr. lookalike who ran some of the Stop the Steal rallies, who is still in hiding. The FBI haven't caught up with him, as far as I know. He also has been claiming that he was in touch with White House officials when it came to the Capitol riot. So, yeah, the FBI need to be investigating this. So anyways, back to the Euro Football Championships, because the other controversy is about players taking the knee before the match begins. And England, when England did this in a friendly, and I have had a few boos when I've done it during the Euros, racist England fans have been booing them, and I hate to say this.
Why?
Well, it's not because they don't like Black Lives Matter. They associate taking the knee with Black Lives Matter. Well, it's not just about Black Lives Matter. It's against homophobia, transphobia, and ableism. So you don't like disabled people? Is that it?
Well, I mean, they don't, but also, the it's such a weird thing. It's like they don't want to be aware that horrible things that they promote actually cause people to be actually traumatized and horribly hurt.
Hmm.
Unrelated. Okay, can I say one thing related to Russia?
Go on.
I was just looking. I got slightly distracted looking things up, and it seems like it might be easier for gay men to donate blood in Russia, technically, than in the United States.
Hmm.
Because of the whole the whatever AIDS panic.
There have been easing the rules here.
Yeah, I did see that, which is nice, although it really should be consistent since it's not like gay sex causes AIDS.
Yeah. Now, so basically, we're having matches hosted in countries which have very dodgy records when it comes to the human rights of LGBTQ people. We have England fans booing England players taking the knee. And it is primarily England supporters because what the Welsh players do it, and Wales are involved in the Euros, and at the moment they look like they're more likely to proceed through the tournament. Here's the thing, right? Obviously, I noticed that like when England do well in football tournaments, it does raise spirits. Okay. But
Yeah, sure.
the other reason I want England to do well is so that no racist gammon England supporter takes their frustrations out on LGBTQ people. Yeah, I mean, at the best of times, I walk past the Weatherspoons pub in this country, and if they've got seats outside, yeah, I'm going to get abused. That goes with the territory. Yeah, you always see the balding, beer gutted England shirt wearing gammon, drinking up their pint of piss and smoking their cancer sticks outside the pub. Yeah, they'll abuse you because they hate themselves. I mean, isn't it sad that I have to want England to do well so that LGBTQ people aren't physically attacked, because we're talking about a bunch of people who are that insecure that they have to wrap themselves up in a fucking flag. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
I love football. I don't know, some people could accuse, I know I have been accused of this myself because I'm a Celtic supporter. They go, well, you don't like Rangers supporters. Yeah, I don't like bigoted Rangers supporters. I'm not saying that every Rangers supporter is a bigot, but generally,
Not every Rangers supporter is a bigot, but every bigot is a Rangers supporter.
Well, that's the case, yeah.
Oh.
Well, no. It's like
other teams.
Well, it's like what I said. It's like what I said about Brexit. That not every racist voted for. Sorry, not everybody who voted for Brexit was a racist, but every racist voted for Brexit.
Yeah.
Anyways, so talking about proddy wankers, Edwin Poots, from the Ulster Bigoted Party.
Edwin Poots in his pants.
Yeah, he's resigned. He last was it 3 weeks? 3 weeks in the job. He's resigned.
Yeah, that's.
I was just wondering.
Not a lot.
I was just wondering, he's not a hardline homophobe for the Democratic Unionist Party, or is it that he's got a secret gay lover?
I feel like people who are that closeted think that they can stay closeted forever.
Well, it's just you always find these really these people who talk about those who protest the most are those who want it the most. The lady does protest too much and all that. But the sad news is that. Right, now let's get to the because I have got a couple of stories we can have a look at. Yeah, sorry, I haven't done this for a while, so I'm still getting back into practice, my darling. So bear with us.
I know that mood.
Sorry?
Oh, I said I know that mood.
Alright, I just got to find a story. Yeah. Bear with us.
So, TBC Classic.
Shut up. Right. Okay. We are there. Oh shit. Didn't want that. Oh well. Ah, bollocks. Ooh, ooh. No, not that one. Ah. This is going so well, isn't it? No, we don't want that either. Yeah, that's the one we want.
But you'll get to see my beautiful face if you do that one.
Anyways, yeah, so Sammy Wilson, he's another one who's been a long-time campaigner against LGBT plus rights. I actually know... Oh, no, Jeffrey Donaldson. So I thought it was Sammy Wilson. No, it's Jeffrey Donaldson. There you are, I'm fucking up again.
Oh, Jeffrey Donaldson? Okay, that's an easier name to make fun of. I haven't got one yet, but like...
Well, no, I know about Sammy Wilson. Sammy Wilson doesn't even refuses to wear a ribbon on World AIDS Day because he says, basically, he still thinks that AIDS is the gay cancer. It seems to be trapped in the 1980s.
As is the fucking FDA at some point places.
Tell that to all the heterosexual Africans with HIV, will ya? Yeah, but it's a gay plague. Yeah.
Well,
fuck
yeah,
off.
but I mean, they were listening to Mother Teresa, so it was fine.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Donaldson. Oh, he's another twat. He's favourite now. I thought it was Sammy Wilson, but no, it's Jeffrey. It seems to be Jeffrey Donaldson. I do remember Jeffrey Donaldson actually started off as an Ulster Unionist MP. But they weren't moderate enough for him. Sorry, they weren't extreme enough for him.
Oh, okay.
So he joined the DUP because they are the Ulster Brigade Party. So yeah, he's likely to be the new leader. I mean, I just feel sorry if someone is LGBTQ and lives in Northern Ireland and isn't able to move from Northern Ireland, because it really does seem like this place is like 30, 40 years behind fucking the rest of this country. I mean, look,
yeah.
if the DUP want Britain as Northern Ireland to remain part of Britain, then they should respect the the fact that in this country we have a great tolerance of LGBTQ people. Now, sure, that tolerance seems to be ebbing away, unfortunately, but you never know. But at least I would say on the mainland, the tolerance and acceptance of LGBTQ people is far higher than it seems to be in Northern Ireland. And people are respectful that LGBTQ people generally have rights. Sure, not entirely, as we will explain. Yeah. So the other story I was going to bring up was this. I saw this today. This is a new low for TERFs. When you think TERFs can't sink any lower. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, see, here's the thing. TERFs don't really care about people's health and well-being, so
this just exposes, right? This exposes what TERFs really want. They want trans people to suffer and top themselves.
Yeah. Well,
if they're piling on a mental health, piling on with hate to a mental health charity, which is trying to support people with mental health problems because they support trans people, that's pretty despicable and low. It really is.
Oh yeah, they're like, hey, you're trans. You need mental help or whatever is a common thing that they say. Oh, You need mental help? Well, you. What the fuck are they saying? What are they even saying to them? Like, what the fuck is wrong with.
Yeah, it's. I just think that's pretty despicable. Oh yeah, there was another story I saw yesterday. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. I'm just trying to. No, where is it? Where's it gone?
Okay.
Oh, here we are. Yeah, this. Now, the interesting thing about so basically there was a queer anarchist Jewish cafe in Glasgow, and the police basically raided it and seized basically they had stuff which said "fuck the police" on it,
Well, yeah.
merchandise
Because that.
which said "fuck the police." Now, the interesting thing is, I've not heard any free speech warriors rush to the defence of this cafe, anarchist cafe. Uh, Yet they'll rush to the defence of bigots spouting racism and homophobia, which just tells you what the true agenda of free speech warriors is. Basically, they're fascists. Yeah. They're all for free speech when it comes to fascism, but not when it comes to the left.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I mean, why would they? We're saying stuff they disagree with, so they don't care if we're able to speak our mind. But if someone on the right speaks their mind and then gets criticized for it, oh my god, their free speech is being taken away because someone said no.
Yeah. There's another thing I just saw. Might be interest for you. Oh yeah, here we are. Right, yeah, the most dangerous states for LGBT plus people in the whole of the US ranked. I bet it's Mississippi. I bet Mississippi or Arkansas.
Arkansas is a good guess. Tennessee might be it with all of the laws they've passed recently, but I'm not sure.
Right, let's see if where's the list. Research.
Look, the list is a link. There's a link to the list.
Where?
Go up a little bit to create the list.
Here's the list.
I assume that's the list.
Right, here we are. Right.
Okay, California's the safest. California and Vermont are the safest.
Right.
And
Minnesota is 12th.
Yeah, because Minnesota's had like a lot of things. Okay.
The worst is so it's like the worst is North Dakota.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm laughing at that is because we both know someone from North Dakota who says this. That's Tempest.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was from North Dakota. Sorry, I've been to North Dakota, but only Fargo, North Dakota. South Dakota, and Kansas, Georgia. I figured would be up there. Yeah.
I'm surprised, but Arkansas is in the middle. I thought it would be far lower, considering all the legislation they've been passing.
Yeah, but it might not be popular. It might not be as popular as it could be in terms of legislation.
I mean, you're right about Tennessee. Tennessee's way down there.
Yeah, no, Tennessee, the laws they've passed have just been the most brutal. recently, so I assumed that that would be up there. Wyoming, I should have mentioned that Wyoming is like small and conservative as hell.
The thing is with North Dakota and Montana, fuck all people live there, so I doubt they've
Yeah,
got.
but more people live in North Dakota and Montana than live in Wyoming.
That's true.
But yeah, it's
The only thing I know about Wyoming is Devil's Tower.
Oh, also, it's not no surprise to me that Ohio's up there in terms of how bad it is, because Ohio is also a relatively conservative state.
Yeah, Ohio used to be considered a swing state, but it's becoming more and more a Republican state now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Ohio, the state of Matt Pat.
So the other thing is Caitlyn Jenner. Did you see her on The View?
Okay. No, but I did I did cover like a couple stories with regards to Caitlyn Jenner because it was hard not to on my channel.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to avoid her when you're trans.
I mean, her being called Trump in a wig, yeah, that was the one of them. And it's like, okay, that's transphobic still.
Well, anyways,
I understand.
We'll get to we'll get to that.
Oh, this one. This is the other one. Yeah, I like this.
I'm just trying to find the video. I've seen a video.
Okay, I didn't watch the video, and I forgot it was from The View, but
Hold on, is it this? Skip.
It might be. Yeah.
No, I don't want to shop now. Fuck off. Right. Hold on. I think LGBTQ Nation might have the actual video. I do use both. Sorry, folks. This is an impromptu stream. Yeah, we just decided.
Oh, neat. Sorry, Marsha P. Johnson.
Yeah, there was a story about there was a mural on an underpass and some transphobes. Yeah, talking of Arkansas, I mean, they're not like mincing their word.
I know.
There's good and bad with this, right? The good is that we know what they're showing their true face, but they are utterly transphobic bigots. I mean, actually, let me see if I can find it. I think.
Well, yeah, because I
did bookmark it. Hold on, no, I did bookmark it on Twitter. I should have bookmarked it. Lauren Witzke. Oh no, I didn't. Did I? You idiot! Hold on, Lauren Witzke. Hold on, it was on.
But you're talking about the Arkansas Republican, right?
Yeah. Before we get to that, I was gonna see if I can find Lauren. Oh, there's more stuff. That's Lauren Witzke, isn't it? There's something else she put out a while ago, and it was quite frightening. See if I can find it again quickly. Oh, that's that guy in Colorado, right? I remember about 10 years ago, he had his fucking cable access, not cable, what do you call it in America? Public access, isn't it, in America, where you can book time in it. Yeah, he's got one of those shows, right? And he was going on about how trans people are demonically possessed or something or other. And I just decided he's a cross-dresser in secret. Sorry, anyone who...
Not necessarily.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's kind of... They feel guilty about it, so they take it out on everyone else. Is this it?
Well, some people just hate things that are different.
Let me just. Sorry, I'm just seeing because she said something which I thought was truly fucking frightening. Oh, it might be that one. Yeah, it was a few weeks ago, so it might be. It was about Pride Month. And oh yes, happy Pride Month, by the way.
Yeah.
Deathly ill, got very sick right after they had. I
So-
don't think it's any coincidence that the True News crew all got deathly ill, got very sick right after they had. They brought Milo onto their show, and
Oh, yeah, she does videos with Milo now. She has. I've seen it. Yeah, Milo basically is still doing the ex-gay grift, by the way.
Yeah, and I have mixed feelings about that because, on the one hand, it's just hard. It's just
No, but
so
basically,
such obvious bullshit that, yeah.
so I need to find this because basically what she says, she basically says LGBTQ people are the enemy, and that's kind of frightening. It's us and them, and
Yeah.
you know that that's just going to whip up hate towards us, basically, for being ourselves.
Yeah, but like humanity is less important than whatever the fuck it is that
Oh, yeah, that.
people like.
Oh, yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. For the last week, she's actually been quiet for once.
Well, she yeah, I mean, well, at the very least after the Holocaust memorial thing that she went to, and then she apologized for the yellow star thing.
Oh, is she wearing one of those yellow star things with I don't seem to be able to
Well,
find.
no. She said she was wrong to compare something to the Holocaust. She's like, the Holocaust was way worse, and I apologize.
Anyways, I can't find the Lauren Witzke video, but basically it was about. First of all, they were misgendering Caitlyn Jenner, and then they were going on about how the LGBTQ community is the enemy, and I went, what? We're not the enemy. We're about love.
Yes, but the enemy of their version of Christ is love.
Yeah, but their version of Christ. Jesus was a hippie.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this bitch is just funny. I mean, yes, she called trans people abominations on the House floor, but she did it by quoting a Bible verse talking about like some translation of Old Testament saying Deuteronomy that effectively men shouldn't wear women's clothes and women shouldn't wear men's clothes while wearing a blazer and pants.
Now, you would. So this is on the floor of the house of the Arkansas.
Yeah, there we go. A woman shall not wear anything that pertains to a man, unironically said while sporting a blazer.
So they're calling us abominations from the house. On the legislative floor, right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's wrong and it's disgusting.
Very wrong.
But at the same time, it's good that at least the massacres slipped. At least they're not, beating around the bush anymore. They're not using euphemisms.
Well, I mean, you say slipped. She forgot to bring her mask.
You know what I'm saying? At least we know where we are with them. That's yeah. The problem is, in this country, they're still using euphemisms, and I wonder for how much longer. Anyways, talking about Caitlyn Jenner, we'll get into the Jimmy Kimmel thing in a minute, but I'm just trying to find the thing about when they were on The View.
There we go. Ha!
Yeah, you know, we've covered this before. Yeah, here's the video. So, yet again, she dodges a certain question.
Yes, Caitlin, you also have gotten some pushback from within the trans community for seemingly coming out in support of the trans athlete bans that have been proposed in dozens of states. Now, as an Olympian and one of the most famous athletes in the world, your thoughts do carry some weight here. And you've called it fundamentally a question of fairness. Opponents say it's pure discrimination. How significant do you think this issue is?
To be honest with you, it's a very small issue in the state of California.
Actually, hold on. Sorry, got that wrong. It's the one about... Oh, hold on. It might be included in... Sorry. Might be in... This is why no one watches us, because we fuck up all the time.
Well, it says The View.
Yeah, no, but it's... She dodges that question again. Let's see if it's this good.
I have been very outspoken on this. You can go to my website, CaitlinJenner.com. I explain everything. But we have so many bigger issues in this state, like immigration. Right now, we have a huge immigration issue in the state. As governor, I would first close the southern border. I would, on all state lands, finish the border wall.
You talk about Trump in a wig, right? She's sounding like Trump, though.
Yeah,
that's straight.
I get it, but it's just...
Yeah, I know that's transphobic, but the thing is, she is sounding... That's Trump-type rhetoric there.
Oh, yeah, no. She is definitely using Trump rhetoric. She's
do what I would call the best job
Trump.
we can do in protecting our Eastern Front.
The East. What is she, Adolf Hitler?
Nah, she needs to protect the United States from the Eastern Front. All that water.
Yeah, put a Panzer division.
I don't know.
Yeah. Hide out in the wall slayer and hope Count whatever Strassenberg or whatever his name is doesn't bring a bomb.
Yeah, no, this is just this is
that the Eastern Front.
bad.
The Eastern Front. The Eastern Front is the border with fucking Nevada. For fuck's sake.
I mean, if you're talking about the California border, yeah, it's Nevada and New Mexico?
No, Arizona.
No.
Arizona.
Yeah.
And illegal immigration
I
into
forget
this
my
state has been such a burden on the taxpayers, on homes, on businesses.
On the oppressed private jet owners of the of California. Sorry, I shouldn't take the piss, but you can't help it with the shit she's coming up with.
Yeah, it's why.
In fact, just last week, the Supreme Court made a ruling 9-0. When was the last time you saw the Supreme Court agree unanimously on a decision that people in this country on the TPS program, the temporary protected status, that they will not be eligible for citizenship? And honestly, I agree with that. And if you're in this state illegally and you get arrested, you are deported. I would be tough on immigrants. But also we have
Caitlin,
so many great
understand.
immigrants in this
Caitlin,
state.
We don't have much time, so let me just ask this. I mean, you seem to be up to date on a lot of political issues. You've obviously been briefed, but you have no political experience. And my question to you is, why should California voters vote for you when my understanding is in the last 20 years, you did not vote in 2/3 of elections. And although you told CNN's Dana Bash that you hadn't voted in the 2020 election, you actually did vote in the 2020 election. You cast a mail-in ballot. So you haven't really been engaged in the civic process. Why should California voters believe in you?
Because I'm the best person for the job. I am a common sense person. I also
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
No, that's see that's always the argument, because common sense is a vague thing that you can describe any position with. So you can say that if you say that your position is right because of common sense. I mean, there's a lot of common sense things that are absolutely wrong. And
also attract a lot of good people.
yeah.
And I would do everything for the people of this state. Gavin Newsom has
No, you'll just do stuff for the oppressed private jet owners.
Yeah.
done nothing but do things for special interests. And
All right.
it's wrong. And the people have hurt. And that's why he's in a recall right now, because he's done such a terrible job. I can come in as a fresh face.
Caitlin.
Yes.
I know. I agree. You've said all that. Thank you for that. I want to ask you something before we go, because we're out of time. Something that's important for me to know. You say that you're a Republican, and I'm just wondering, because a lot of Republicans in this country believe that Donald Trump won the election and not Joe Biden. Are you one of those people, one of those Republicans?
I'm not going to get into that. That election is over with. I think Donald Trump...
Nicely dodged, Caitlin. Again. Remember there was the CNN interview? She dodged that question? Yeah, we covered that. She dodged it again. That's what I was talking about. She dodged the question again.
Yeah.
Now, as for the Jimmy Kimmel thing, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel was out of order. I'm not going to deny it, but
Like, I can see how you could, like, I can see aspects of that. It's just, it should have been a different but similar joke.
well, Dusty Smith made the point that if this came from the right, there'd be outrage, but it comes from the left, so. And Caitlyn Jenner has said that she did find it offensive. Well, that goes against something else she has said in the past. She said she didn't mind people taking the piss out of her. There was an HBO documentary which was just about trans people talking to the camera about their experiences, and it included Caroline Cozzi. This is how I got to see it, because at the time I knew Caroline, so she gave me access. But let's just hear what he said.
Caitlyn Jenner Kardashian appeared on The View today to...
Actually, that's quite a funny joke. And also, it makes a serious point. She did kill somebody in a car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then refused to pay compensation. People forget that.
to promote that, and right off the bat, it did not go great.
Welcome back to The View, Caitlyn Jenner.
Well, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be with all the ladies, and especially you. Whoopi, we've been friends forever.
Let's hear that noise Whoopi made one more time.
Forever.
Yeah, and that's just how the interview started. Are we sure that isn't Donald Trump in a Caitlyn Jenner wig? Because, I mean...
Yeah, okay, that's transphobic.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, she is coming out with the same rhetoric as Donald Trump. I can't deny that, but no.
See, like...
The resemblance is uncanny.
Well...
yeah, like, even, like, are you sure that she's not related to Donald Trump? Like, there's a million ways to do that joke that aren't transphobic.
Really, they've got all the same kind of moves. The interview was a lot of nonsense. She's just trying to get attention. Caitlyn Jenner has a better chance of being the next Batman than she does governor of California. She knows little to nothing about anything, really, and her interview this morning...
Well, actually, that's true. She just seems to be coming out with these sort of, like, talking points, you know, it's like, lower taxes, deregulation, smaller government, lower taxes, deregulation, smaller... We've heard this from every fucking Republican since Ronald Reagan, haven't we? So...
Well, yeah, and Republicans do win elections with that crap.
Yeah. I'm surprised people still fall for it.
Ended just about as gracefully as it began.
I have to cut you off because we're getting ready to go. Our thanks to Caitlyn Jenner.
Always. I want to come back and spend more time with you.
Well, we're here, you know.
You won't be, but we are here, and At least we still have Kim Jong-un to keep up with. The Kardashian of North Korea has been keeping up with diet and exercise lately. The dear leader appears to have lost some...
Right. Yeah, okay. I think he was being transphobic, but the thing is, right... I mean, look, I've always said this, okay? I won't defend Caitlyn Jenner's politics, but I will defend her as a trans woman, okay? And go for her politics, definitely, because they're stupid, right?
Yeah,
and
even say that she must be related to Trump.
You know, she said she speaks up for LGBTQ people, but the politics she advocates for is counterproductive to LGBTQ people.
Yeah,
that's the point I will make. So, alright, let's just have a quick see if there's anything else which interests us. Oh, Mike Pence.
Oh my God! Wow.
Well, here's the thing, right? You know what this is about, don't you?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I just see the headline, but I can already say, right? Yeah, it's because of It's because he ratified the election results.
Well, yeah, no, that's why they're going to.
How dare Pence? how dare Pence adhere to democracy?
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, that's why they wanted to hang Pence. You know, in that minor argument where they set up stuff to hang someone, they wanted that person to be Pence.
No, the problem for me is, right, I live outside the United States, right, and from what I see, I kind of think, yeah, Biden's doing an okay job, right? It's nothing spectacular, but, you know, it seems to be going in the right direction.
It's so-so.
It's going in the right direction, right? But I don't know how, what it is.
There are a few things that he's done that have not been in the right direction, but yeah.
Well, yeah, we know about the ice camps and
well, yeah, and the
bombing of Syria, and I mean,
well, and the
can I just say the Republicans who criticised him for bombing Syria are fucking hypocrites because
definitely,
because Trump would have done it. And they would have gone, yeah, he was justified. But
yeah,
Biden's
the Biden DOJ passing something that was in favor of religious exemption to anti-discrimination stuff.
No, that was the Supreme Court. I know what you're talking about. The Catholic Foster Agency. Yeah, I have. Oh, you don't know about that? I have seen the story. Hold on. Let me get it up. That was the Supreme Court.
The administration revises language that said it shared the same objective as religious universities accused of discrimination.
Here we are. This
LGBTQ.
Well, this was the story I was. That the Supreme Court ruled in favour of an anti-LGBT foster agency. But if I guess I could take the libertarian sort of position on this. I mean,
see, I'm looking at
as in
If
a Catholic foster agency is allowed to discriminate against LGBTQ couples fostering, then a pro-LGBTQ foster agency should be allowed to then be able to discriminate against homophobic couples.
Yeah, no.
But you see, this
is unrelated to that.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, that would seem all fair in love and war, but I got a feeling that if a pro-LGBTQ foster agency did discriminate against a homophobic couple, and I know some people would say, well, why would a homophobic couple go to an LGBTQ foster agency, pro-LGBTQ foster agency? Well, one of the reasons would be to do this, basically sue them for discriminating against them, so that, and that will end up in that might end up in the Supreme Court. And the thing is, it's the way I see it. If a religious foster agency can just discriminate against LGBTQ couples, then pro-LGBTQ foster agencies should be able to discriminate against homophobic couples. I mean, I would rather no one discriminated against them than anyone else, who I just had. But, what was the story you were talking about?
So, it's a long story. Basically, it started with LGBTQ students filing a class action lawsuit against the Department of Education because the Title IX religious exemption allows religious schools that receive federal funds to discriminate against LGBTQ students.
Hold on,
and then the Biden DOJ said that it would vigorously defend religious colleges.
Let me just see if it's...
It was from a week ago. But yeah.
Now, you see, I was talking earlier about the LGBTQ-free zones in Poland. Well,
Yeah.
Council of Europe. And now Poland is a member of the EU. So I'm just trying to find that DOJ. Oh, God, they're back in the story then. Yeah, the baker refused to bake a trans woman's cake. So I'm just trying to find... I would have thought that would be in here.
Yeah, it was like... There's stuff from like a week ago. So closer to June 10th. You're at June 15th.
Well, tell me if you spot it. Oh, did you hear about this?
Yes.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's...
I watched Jim Sterling. That's how I knew about that.
So the five... what's his name?
Scott Cawthorn.
Yeah, Scott Cawthorn. He the guy who created Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a popular game with the LGBTQ community. I don't play it, but have you?
No, it was essentially.
Well, you only play World of Warcraft.
That's not true at all. I've played lots of games. I only started playing World of Warcraft recently.
Anyways, so a guy who created a game which is popular with the LGBTQ community has been giving money to anti-LGBT GOP candidates. Yeah. Actually, it's not the only... the guy created Earthworm Jim. What's his name? That guy actually debated Walsh. He's also like a uber conservative.
Fun.
Yeah. Right, so you're saying about June the 10th, yeah?
Yeah. Because that was when...
Yeah, that's that story I told you, the Muriel Marsha P. Johnson that got defaced by...
Yeah.
I don't know if it was deliberately targeted. I didn't check that. Yeah.
Wait, was this not in... Biden administration condemned for backing anti-LGBT plus Christian schools.
So is this it?
Yeah.
So do you want to explain this?
Yeah, so there was a court filing and the administration, basically the DOJ under the Biden administration said it would vigorously defend religious discrimination. I mean, this has been... I didn't see the amendment in there because it's been the language has been amended apparently from vigorously defend religious exemptions and There's also the department also initially wrote that shared, quote unquote, the same ultimate objective as those universities, namely to uphold their religious exemption as it is currently applied.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of those schools, so one of those anti-LGBTQ religious schools is run by Mike Pence's wife, and
and they're
and I remember
groups too.
Yeah, I remember one of the predecessor to Rainbow Shelter News, we covered that story because basically they were getting grants which were meant to be going to small businesses. To help them through the COVID lockdown. So they don't give a shit about anyone else but themselves. Yeah, and they're basically them being able to advocate for their hate. You know, we're gonna close on a really surprising story, right?
Okay.
Yeah, this actually shocked me.
Okay. Oh, for whatever reason, my brain went to that apology from.
No.
No.
What's
her face? But
yeah. Finally.
I remember this story.
Finally. He's come off the fence.
Yeah, he's after a long time, he finally figured out how to actually take a position or two.
The only thing is, right, Labour's polling is absolutely shit at the moment. I mean, it's going to take more of this is a step in the right direction. The fact that he's now currently in support of trans rights and wants to reform the Gender Recognition Act and introduce self-ID. Good, you know. I'm not going to knock him for it, right? And he did put out a pro. You know, I don't have the videos in this article because it was actually here we are. Boris Johnson didn't put out any Pride message to this month, being Pride Month.
Yeah, but Boris Johnson is.
Well, Theresa May did, and David Cameron I think did as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was shocked when I saw this.
Hello to everyone celebrating the Pride for All festival. I'm proud to be leader of the Labour Party, a party which has a long history of standing with the LGBT+ community, working with you to advance your rights. The values of equality, of justice and of fairness are so important to me. Staying silent is not enough. It's never enough. We must educate ourselves, speak out, and stand in solidarity to help improve the lives of lesbian, gay, bi and trans people everywhere. And for me, it's about forming the next government so we can introduce legislation and change society so whoever you are, you can lead a happy and fulfilled life. That's why Pride is so important. It's an opportunity to celebrate the diversity in our society. Although once again we can't come together for Pride Month as we would normally do, we can still celebrate in a way that creates visibility and connects people. And Pride, of course, is a reminder of the struggle for equality and that rights were never given to the community. They were fought for and they were won.
Yeah, can I just put an extra note there? There are a lot of people who say, political violence never works. Drum roll, Stonewall riots. What the fuck do you think that was?
Well, the thing is...
the Stonewall riots were political violence. So, yeah,
well, the thing is, yeah, but like everything Keir Starmer says, it sounds like a criticism of, Keir Starmer. You know, staying silent isn't like
exactly
helpful to anyone, and these rights aren't just given to you people. they're fought for, and shit. There just like a bunch of stuff Keir Starmer says is stuff that he has never actually acted on.
Well, yeah. Wait, yeah. You did I show you the what he said after the Hartlepool by-election defeat? Yeah, I did I? You just
Probably, I can't remember.
He just came out with this nonsense. He was being interviewed by some BBC journalist, and it was like, "I'm going to reconnect with the electorate." How are you going to reconnect? Well, we're going to waffle. And it was like, you know, he doesn't like saying anything concrete, but he does say it here. Surprisingly.
Well, yeah, no,
That struggle
it's a good
continues
speech.
today.
It's just
LGBT people still face discrimination in the workplace. Hate crime continues to rise. Trans people are one of the most discriminated against groups in our society. And those who pioneered LGBT rights too often find NHS and social care services are not inclusive and don't fit their needs. And the pandemic has exacerbated the injustices the community faces. Labour knows how much work there is to do. We will always stand as an ally with the LGBT plus community in the fight.
Well, where have you been for the last year when J.K. Rowling's been spouting off? I mean, his response to that, well, we shouldn't pro Brexit, whatever. We should all sit around and have a nice cup of tea. I don't want to have a nice cup of tea with people who want me to die. Okay?
yeah.
For true equality. We're campaigning to ensure conversion therapy is banned once and for all. And we're committed to updating the GRA to introduce self-declaration for trans people. I've said that I want Britain to be the best place to grow up in and the best place to grow old in. And nowhere could that mission
so
be
far
more
from that
important
right now.
than for the LGBT plus community.
So, I'm going to say this, it's a step in the right direction, but he's got to go a lot further. I mean, one thing...
Yeah, well,
when
we have to believe he'll do something.
When that video was actually posted, right, the TERFs were in... got their panties in a bind, as they often do, about how dangerous self-ID is. But the other
Well,
thing,
I assume they go into a berserker rage.
but the other thing which I found, which was a reminder that Keir Starmer needs to do a lot more, which was trending, was Rosie Duffield. Now, for those who don't know, Rosie Duffield is a backbench Labour MP who is transphobic. She's pretty vile. Yeah, she's a pretty rampant transphobe. Now, Keir Starmer has not suspended her from the parliamentary party for being transphobic, despite the fact that he seems to be taking a stand against transphobia. Yet he suspended Jeremy Corbyn for being anti-Semitic when he wasn't being anti-Semitic. Basically, it's just the fact that he doesn't like Jeremy Corbyn, you know, and neither do any of the Blairite faction. So, you know, there's still a lot... the other thing I was going to say is Maya Star. Oh God, what's her name? Let me find a story. I'll be the final one. So probably the biggest story this month with trans, at least. Oh God, Maya Fallstarter. That's her name. See if I can find the story. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, here we go. So, why this is important. So, Maya Fallstarter's... Now, she said she was sacked. No, she wasn't sacked. She had a contract with a company, and they didn't renew the contract. That's not being sacked, right? That's just they didn't renew the contract, right?
That sounds like being let go.
Yeah, being let go. That's not being fired, okay?
Yeah.
Right? And this is because she said that they didn't like her being gender critical. I mean, can I just say something about the whole term gender critical, right? It's bullshit. Because
those
who are gender critical are the least critical about gender, I can tell you that. the TERFs, okay?
Yeah.
Transphobes. That's as simple as that, right? Now, when she was let go, of course it caused headlines, and a certain Joanna K. Rowling came out as being a hideous transphobe, even though we kind of already, it was an open secret she was, but, you know, she made, you know, she confirmed it. She defended her. Well, here's the thing, right? If that company does not want somebody working for them who's transphobic, then that company should have the right to say they, they have the right to let her go. Okay. Now she won her employment tribunal, right? She appealed the decision to let her go. So TERFs have been celebrating. Here's the thing, right? There will be an appeal against that appeal. And I think that appeal will win. You know, this is not over. Because the thing is, that as soon as this happened, TERFs were writing on Twitter, and of course they think that this is a license to be nasty to trans people. No, it's not. Okay? So, yeah.
But what if you want it to be like, you know, like where you believe something and you don't care whether or not that aligns with reality in any way, shape, or form?
Well, the sort of argument I'm hearing is like, well, you know, people have the right to be religious, and that's ethic. That's to do with ethics, and thus gender critical is an ethical position. No, it's not. Being a bigot is not an ethical fucking position.
Well, I mean, technically, it's a particular form of ethics, but it's not one that's generally approved by most of society.
Well, I wouldn't call being a bigot ethical. Anyways, so as I said, it was just going to be a quick stream just to catch up. I don't know when we'll be back live again, if we'll ever be back alive again, but you never know.
I'm sure it'll happen again at some point in the future.
Yeah.
I genuinely do like streaming with you, and I'm sorry I was too much of a mess to produce.
Can you believe that black and white photo was taken back in 2012? Okay, well.
It's a nice photo. It's a fucking really nice photo.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's why I include it. Anyways.
But...
Sorry, as I say again, sorry there's no photos of you. Just good-looking me. Anyways, I'm not saying you're not good-looking enough to be on the photo stream. Anyways, let us move on. Do you want to tell people
just dig yourself in a hole? just dig deeper.
Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Sure. Yeah, you can find me at osminthedark.com. You can find me on the Fluid Voice Wednesdays, Sundays, and whichever day works out for the shorts I recorded, but have not edited yet. And osminthedark.com and at talking to nothing minus the G. Oh, and on Twitch sometimes, although like that's a whole nother mess. That's a production mess.
Okay, well, until the next time,
subscribe.
Yeah, you do the prayer.
Okay, sure. You should totally subscribe to Sophia Christina Botha because her channel is awesome, and she talked me into learning about Canada.
Oh yeah, didn't I?
Something I stopped doing as soon as it stopped being so regular. So
yeah, Right, yeah, like, subscribe, and comment. Do whatever you want. Well, until the next time, take care of yourselves.
Take care.
Right,
Yeah.
cheers. Bye.
Bye.